So game one of the Western Conference Finals happened yesterday, and boy, what a game it was. The first two games of the conference finals for both conferences, both game ones, have been peak hoops. It's been fun, y'all. I cannot lie. Game two of Indy versus Boston is tonight. We will be watching that on playback, but nevertheless, that is not why we're here. Last night, Dallas versus Minnesota. Minnesota has home court advantage in this series. Dallas goes into their home court and steals home court advantage after winning 108-105 in regulation. Yo, the Dallas Mavericks are legit. I have been telling y'all this. Listen, man, we only got 2 rounds left in the NBA playoffs, but there is still enough time to win some money using the sponsor of this video, Prize Picks, my personal favorite way to play daily fantasy sports. And I'm going to show y'all the process of making the lineup today so you can possibly win some money on here. Shout out to the MLB season. It just started right here. You can also make some picks using them. But we are NBA basketball heads over here, so we're going to go to the NBA section. These are their popular picks of the day, but they got a bunch of players and a bunch of stats to choose from. Listen, my guy Jason Tatum has not been consistent as far as a scorer in these playoffs so far, but he has been a consistent rebounder, so I'm actually going to take the more on Jason Tatum's rebounds. Someone has to score on the Indiana Pacers, and they are a really high-powered offense, and I think Tyrese can get 20 today. I'm going to go ahead and put $10 on this lineup right here, press submit lineup, and boom, that is how you make a lineup on Prize Picks. And thanks to our friends over at Prize Picks, if you guys use code SLZ, you guys can get a 100% deposit match up to $100 on your first deposit. Links to everything will be in the description. They got an app, they got a website, you just got to sign up. But now back to the video. Going into this series, I did have Minnesota winning just because of how Minnesota has proven me wrong in the playoffs as a whole. And the way that they're playing so far, and going into these conference finals as well, I do have them favored. That defense is just something else. However, I will say this, going into the playoffs, and a lot of people were looking at me like I was crazy for saying this, my NBA Finals matchup was the Dallas Mavericks versus the Boston Celtics. Go back and check out the Let's Keep It a Buck playoff predictions. This was my Finals matchup. And I understand it's only game one, but I do think the Dallas Mavericks have proven so far that, yeah, they are legitimate championship contenders. They are legitimate finals contenders. And after this game, where Luka had 33, 8, and 6, along with 3 steals, some key defensive stops in the second half, specifically in the second half, he was going crazy. In the first half, he actually was... He was voluming, you know what I'm saying? The volume was there, 14 points and 5 assists, but 6 of 14 from the field. In the first half, the star of the show was Kyrie, though. Oh, my goodness, Kai. Oh, my goodness, Kai. Man, I love watching Kyrie Irving right now, man. I love watching Kyrie Irving right now. It's you know, he's the last player, last star out of the remaining teams in the conference finals out of the last generation, and him going out there and balling and reminding motherfuckers why he's Uncle Drew, why, you know, he gets the dick suck that he gets is just refreshing. You know what I'm saying? The fact that we're just talking about basketball with Kai is fantastic. So in the first half, going 11 of 14 from the field, busting ass without any 3-pointers, that was crazy. Tough finishes at the rim. Kai was on one. In the second half, though, that was not the case. Because Kai was 1 of 9 from the field. He did hit 4 free throws. He did get 4 rebounds. He did get 3 assists. But it was the Luka show in the second half. 19 points, 3 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, a block. Made some crucial plays down the stretch as well. Picking apart that historic Minnesota Timberwolves defense. So all credit to the Dallas Mavericks for winning game one. However, on Minnesota's side, it wasn't the strongest performance, right? It wasn't the strongest performance. Karl Anthony Towns, outside of that one stretch where he hit, I think it was like a floater and then a deep 3, and then he had a putback. Karl Anthony Towns played like shit this game. Karl Anthony Towns played like shit. He shot 6 of 20 from the field, 2 of 9 from 3. Just a bad performance from Karl Anthony Towns. Jaden McDaniels was actually looking like fucking Klay Thompson out there. He went 6 of 9 from 3, giving you 4 rebounds, giving you 3 assists. He did have this. I can't lie, bro. That might have been the worst turnover I've ever seen. when he literally just like drove to the rim and jumped out of bounds and like nothing happened. He just threw it out. Like that was such a crazy play to watch live. Yo, on playback, we were cracking the fuck up when we saw that. But nevertheless, he's probably the most outstanding dude out of all the guys in Minnesota. Rudy Gobert had a Rudy Gobert performance. Was he as dominant as he usually is on the defensive end? I don't think he was, but Rudy Gobert was Rudy Gobert. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Edwards, though. Well, before we go to Anthony Edwards, Mike Conley was also 2 of 7. Nickeil Alexander-Walker was 1 of 6. So, I can't lie. Motherfuckers just weren't hitting their shots. But Anthony Edwards, 19 points, 8 assists, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, along with 3 turnovers. So, he did affect the game in other ways outside of scoring. However, he did go 6 of 16 from the field. He went 5 of 12 from 3, which him taking 12 threes to me is crazy. He was settling a lot, and he only got to the line 2 times. 6 of 16 from the field. And the reason why I'm making this video is because we're here. We're here in the Anthony Edwards discourse. Let me take y'all through the timeline, man. This was on May 15th, not just one day, 8 days ago. A week ago and some change. Anthony Edwards has been the darling of the playoffs. Anthony Edwards is the next best thing. And it stemmed from this tweet right here. Nikola Jokic has Jamal Murray. Michael Jordan has Scottie Pippen. LeBron James had D Wade. Anthony Edwards has nobody. Okay? Jamal Connoisseur says, Anthony Edwards has the DPOY, 2 All-Star teammates, the 6th man of the year. What more help does he need? And I quote retweeted this saying, this is the start. This is the start. I told y'all this during my reaction to Jimmy High Roller's video, which in hindsight, him making that video, I understand why he did it. But that definitely was a video feeding to the narrative. I understand the comparisons to Michael Jordan in terms of play style, in terms of charisma. Hell, even just 6'6", shooting guard, crazy athlete. You know what I'm saying? I understand that from a play style perspective. But as NBA fans, we do this thing where we go into honeymoon periods when it comes to these stars every single time. And when they don't get it done sooner rather than later, even though they still got a long career ahead of them, the slander starts. And it always starts because of praise that a certain section of fans believe is too much. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen this so many times throughout my lifetime. I saw it with LeBron James. I think LeBron James is the biggest example for a lot of us in terms of prior to 2012, in hindsight, the amount of slander a 25, 26-year-old LeBron James was getting after being on shitty-ass teams, after being in a shitty franchise that did not give him the proper help to properly win championships, multiple championships. The vitriol that he got, the slander that he got for not getting it done before Mike got it done, because motherfuckers blew him up to be this next best thing, and now everyone's saying, hey, he's supposed to be this next best thing. Where is it? Where's the chosen one? Y'all told me he's the next greatest thing. He can't even perform in the clutch. He can't hit free throws. He has no bag. What's crazy in hindsight, I'm seeing it in recent memory with a guy like Jason Tatum. I understand that right now he is, to me, the most hated player in the league. But it wasn't too long ago when he was the darling of the NBA. The he's only 19 memes exist for a reason. They exist for a reason. It's because it wasn't too long ago when motherfuckers were really big Jason Tatum fans. They're really high on Jason Tatum. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Giannis. I remember the Giannis rise to stardom. Oh my God, the Greek freak. He can defend all 5 positions. He's so dominant in the paint. Is he the next Shaq? Is he the next all-time great? But after winning 2 MVPs, after winning a DPOY, back-to-back 61 seasons, and making the Milwaukee Bucks relevant, because of the fact that he didn't have a bag, because of the fact that he wasn't clutch, we was calling Chris Middleton the Batman to Giannis's Robin. We were saying he's a playoff choker, he's a playoff underperformer, and he did shut up everyone after 2021. But I remember the hate Giannis was getting prior to that 21 chip. And it was so quick, right? It was so quick. Literally in a span of 3 years, Giannis went from back-to-back MVPs, motherfuckers being on his dick, to in a span of 2 to 3 years, everyone being on his ass. And I saw it with Jokic. Y'all remember when Jokic was coming up to the game? Y'all remember when we was so high on Jokic? Oh my God, this European big is so dominant. He's dominating all these advanced analytics. And now here we are. And because of the comparisons to Joel Embiid, because of the comparisons to Shaq, because of the comparisons to Steph Curry, because of the comparisons to all of that, now when Nikola Jokic gets eliminated, oh my God. Now, I did participate. I will say that. But the funeral was lit. And we have arrived there with Anthony Edwards. Not to the funeral, because obviously the series just started. I'm not saying, the series is over. But I do think we have gotten to the point where the hype was too much. Where y'all put standards, y'all put expectations on Anthony Edwards that are way too high for a 22-year-old in his first deep playoff run to meet. And if he doesn't meet them, there will be slander towards his name. Because of these next Michael Jordan comparisons. Because of these next face of the league comparisons. Because of these Himothy allegations. You know what I'm saying? It's starting. I'm seeing it on the timeline as we speak. We will actually go on the timeline right now. Listen, man, my guy Isaac Newton has never lied, bro. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. And the action was hyping up Anthony Edwards to be the next Michael Jordan. And now, because a lot of people are saying that, there has to be the counter push of, this is supposed to be the next Michael Jordan, right? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, 6 of 16? Michael Jordan wouldn't do that. And I told y'all to stop this. Anthony Edwards told y'all to stop this. Charles Barkley told y'all to stop this. But y'all want to keep it going. And if you say anything otherwise, now you hating on Ant. Hell, motherfuckers in this comment section will probably view this as me hating on Ant. Just because, Jason, you're just mad Jason Tatum isn't getting the limelight that Anthony Edwards was. I'm actually speaking from experience. That's why I'm actually speaking from experience as a fan of a player who did have this honeymoon phase, and that was turned into the biggest villain in the league. That Anthony Edwards right now is the superhero of the league. Motherfucker's nickname is literally Ant-Man. And I'm telling y'all right now, Dallas Mavericks fans do not like him. Or maybe not do not like him is a strong word, but right now, Luka fans and Mavericks fans did not like the fact that Anthony Edwards was getting this push to be the face of the league when Luka is right there. Motherfuckers feel like Luka was getting disrespected a little bit too much. Boston Celtics fans and Jason Tatum fans do not like him right now because of the fact that when Anthony Edwards has stinkers like this, despite him being, a lot of motherfuckers saying they would rather build around Anthony Edwards over Jason Tatum. A lot of people saying that Anthony Edwards is better than Jason Tatum right now, more clutch than Jason Tatum right now. But when he has a game like this, the slander ain't as hard as if it was Jason Tatum. Right? A lot of fans, fucking Denver fans don't like him because they just got knocked out by AE. John Morant fans, there's a friendly rivalry there brewing. But I'm telling y'all right now, bro, the hate is here. So let's go through my timeline. Anthony Edwards got humbled real quick. Look what Kyrie did to him.
Was affecting your shot selection, or how did you see your offense kind of come together?
I mean, they're down the floor. The big man he's not super high up like the last two series. And we didn't really know what to expect. I mean, so came off and was open a bunch of times and took the shots, and I'll make them next time. I live with it.
Was affecting your
That just sounds like a regular Ant interview. I can't lie. Mavs fans, y'all on his penis. This is a meme that I've seen a lot. And it's the Western Conference Finals. We need you to lock in Anthony Edwards. All right. What's this? What's another one? How the NBA reacts to Anthony Edwards versus Jason Tatum. Hold on. No, that's funny, bro. That's funny, bro. That's funny. Anthony Edwards, the last two games, 6 points on 6 of 24, 9 points on 6 of 16. No MJ comparisons, at least for now. And look at these memes, y'all. Look at these memes. The memes are starting to meme. Anthony Edwards is the second coming of Michael Jordan. The Michael Jordan they talking about. Michael B. Jordan. All right. Anthony Edwards, we need a bucket. Please stop focusing on Chipotle plate. Anthony Edwards.
Taking it a little more serious.
All athletes have a reason why they wear a certain number. Mm-hmm. You chose the number 5. Mm-hmm. It's because of your mother and your grandmother. What does it mean?
I thought that was AI. That's an actual picture. Now that's actually crazy. No disrespect. Also, I forgot to mention this. Anthony Edwards is getting cooked on defense. Getting cooked on defense by Luka and Kai, bro. Hey, Kai and Luka was not hunting, but they was going at AE. And AE couldn't do much. Now, they are elite offensive threats, unguardable offensive threats, so I don't necessarily blame them, because who can? But, yeah, Anthony Edwards was getting baked on defense. But I also want to make clear, let me just make this clear as well. I personally am not about to slander Anthony Edwards for the performances that he's having, because I'm not about to base my expectations on Anthony Edwards on what other people are saying. Anthony Edwards is 22 years old, y'all. Anthony Edwards is 22 years old. Anthony Edwards, to me, is not a top 5 player, y'all. He's not. He's in that 6 through 15 range, realistically speaking, probably in the 10 to 15 range. I'm not about to live in a moment. Anthony Edwards is a great piece to build around for the future. Anthony Edwards is not a perfect player right now. There's so many things he can work on. And he's so young that to the point where 4 years from now, he will still be 26 years old and have a whole career ahead of him to work on his game even more. I'm not about to do these, but if it was, I'm not about to do these lame-ass comparisons for me just because Anthony Edwards isn't performing to other people's expectations. I'm about to set my own expectations for Anthony Edwards, and if he meets those, then that's that. It's a vicious cycle, to be honest with you. All of this is a vicious cycle, and it'll never truly end. You know what I'm saying? It went from Michael Jordan suffered through this, Kobe suffered through this, every start, Luka suffered through this. Halliburton is suffering through this right now, bro. I sort of like, I don't even, the Hallie hate is the most forced hate in the league to me so far, bro. I can't lie. Motherfuckers are just miserable. But nevertheless, shout out to Anthony Edwards. Shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves. I personally still feel like they can bounce back. Shout out to the Dallas Mavericks for playing fantastic basketball. But let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think, because I do think the hate arrived quicker than I thought. I can't lie. I thought this was about to be all right, maybe in a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers will just hibernate for now, but nah. Hey, motherfuckers are here. Motherfuckers are here, man. But with that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, and I'm out, man. Peace.